I honestly think we pay too much attention to the weight of results that we undermine the importance of the process itself. Honestly, I mean, come on, this isn't tailored to any exact sphere of life, but to you as a person, and I'm talking about your entirety. I know it might sound crazy, and maybe even without a solid basis, but I read this somewhere and it said creation was good, not perfect. There was a reason that after the sixth day, after God was done with creation, he looked at everything he had made and he called it good. Why not perfect? You're a part of this creation, so this applies to you. But I'm saying maybe God deprived his creation of this perfection we so desperately seek, because then we might not be different from precisely programmed robots. Does that make sense? Our imperfection might just be God's idea of human perfection. You're perfect to God because you're imperfect. A poet I love so much made a post on Twitter, and he said that our souls feed on our inadequacy. Well, he actually said stupidity. Well, I'm respectful enough to not assume every one of us has like a hint or. Well, the post said more, so I think I'll just read it out. So it said, your soul feeds on your stupidity and not your wisdom. Watch how it comes alive when you make terrible decisions, when you fall for the wrong person, when you quit the safe job for something impossible. Your knowledge builds walls, your foolishness tears them down. The soul starves on good choices, grows fat on beautiful mistakes. All the years spent being smart, calculating, and your soul withers. And then I did something completely idiotic and unhinged, and I felt more alive in that failure than in decades of success. The soul doesn't want your PhD, it wants your confusion. Your willingness to look stupid for something you cannot explain. Knowledge protects you from life, and foolishness throws you to it. The soul knows which one fits it. Now, I was like stuck on this post for like about 30 minutes. Kept thinking and thinking and thinking until I fully comprehended it. When everything goes well and when perfection or when success in a role has been constant, when everything we do has been calculated and it's proper, it gives us peace and comfort, but I think it sucks the life within us as the soul starves. I think maybe that's why there's a popular misconception that writers write their best works when they're sad and down. A lot of people actually believe that, including some writers themselves. But I don't think that's true. I read something a few years back. It was really fun, really funny. But it said whenever God has a purpose and a mission for you, he has already factored in your stupidity. I mean, Moses was quick to point out his speech impediments when God assigned him to lead Israel out of Egypt. Gideon did never allow the angel land before he pointed out his family's insignificance and minority. I was watching The Chosen yesterday and got to the part where little James was sent alone for other disciples to preach the gospel. And in the movie, it had it on record that James had a walking defect. He was a very slow walker, and most of the time he used his stick, staff to work to aid his walking. Now, he was being asked to tell people that they should come as they are, they are perfect, and God would use them regardless. Now, how better way to actually prove and make people believe you more than then seeing you do the same thing? even without perfection in play. Your task is not to be flawless, my guy. Your task is to fly. That's what you were made for. That's what you were created for, to fly, not to chase perfection. One time I was hanging out with a girl, and I brought out my phone and went to my most sacred and hallowed place, my notepad. And I read out poems and pieces I had written. Now, a lot of them were raw, they were unfinished, and some were even stupid and made no sense. And the thing that fascinated me was how she listened to each poem. And after I was done, she highlighted lines and parts and concepts from these pieces I had just read out. And she was able to highlight how lines after lines actually made sense to her and probably impacted her or had a message being spelled out. Now, these poems were as flawed as the word flawed could mean, but there was light within them. And I think I saw life a bit differently after that day. Do not be tethered to perfection. You would realize the more sense you have, the more you still don't have, the more there is like a whole lot you need to meet up to match up to. Your task is not to be flawless. Your task is to fly. And I'm not in any way undermining the excellence or the importance of excellence in anything we do. I'm not saying excellence is overrated. I'm not saying it's not necessary. I mean, God may have not made us absolutely perfect in our own definition, but then He did give us His spirit of excellence, and that's meant to be exercised in every way possible. There is no reward for flawlessness. I don't think there is an award for who has been the most perfect. You only get rewarded when you actually fly, spread your wings and fly and accomplish something. I have crumbled under the weight of chasing perfection. In this song, Mansion by NF, there is a line I love so much, and it says, "Broken legs, but I chase perfection." I've broken my legs not once, not twice, not thrice. I have done that like a lot throughout the course of my entire life. And with broken legs, you actually can't fly. You won't be able to. Be good, be great, be excellent, be impeccable, be exquisite, but don't try to be perfect. It's even safer if the perfection is chased in the process, because that way it can eventually lead to excellence, and that is enough. Well, even to outline in very simple terms, the summary of the matter is that if you ever have to choose between perfection, between being flawless and flying, please choose flight. That was what you were made for, that's what you were created for. You have no business clipping your pigeon wings because you want to have an eagle's wings. And I promise you, when the chips are down, even an eagle's wing, when placed under scrutiny, would be found imperfect. So get to work right now and start that idea you had in your mind. Go on that journey you've always wanted to fulfill purpose. Don't think it, don't overthink it, don't let the imperfection weigh you down. So get to work right now and fly. Your task is not to be flawless, your task is to fly. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next episode.